right now, we'll open it up for questions for Coach. We'll go David, Kareem, Howard, Cameron, and work our way back.
Dawn, last year, I think you said that UConn kind of out hustled or out talented you, but not out hustled it. Do you feel the same way today?
Yeah, it kind of felt like the same thing. I thought they just came out and disrupted from a defensive standpoint, and then they pretty much got what they wanted offensively. And then when they did it, they created second chance opportunities, and we just didn't have it today. We tried, but we just didn't have it today. And they were the better team today. So really congratulations to them. I'm glad sometimes you're a part of, women's basketball history and it's not, favorable to you, but you can see if you're going to lose to a team like UCLA, you want to lose to a team that just really outworked you, out-executed you, made it very difficult for you to perform at a high level. And it was a direct reflection of what they did to us.
Dawn, listen, Dawn had some things and she flipped it at the end when she said, yeah, that's what they done to us. No, that school didn't. Dawn is being nice. Let me y'all catch this. Dawn flipped it at the end. She was about to say, but they didn't beat us. Watch this right here. Watch this. I just said everything Dawn just said.
Same thing. I thought they just came out and disrupted from a defensive standpoint, and then they pretty much got what they wanted offensively. And then when they did it, they created second chance opportunities.
That is true.
We just didn't have it today.
That is true.
We tried, but we just didn't have it today. And they were the better team today. So really congratulations to them. I'm glad sometimes you're a part of, women's basketball history and it's not, favorable to you, but you can see if you're going to lose to a team like UCLA, you want to lose to a team that just really outworked you, out-executed you, made it very difficult for you to perform at a high level. And it was a direct reflection of what they did to us.
I'm going to leave it like that, y'all.
Just a reminder, no filming within the room.
Good Lord.
Hey, Dalton, Kareem Copeland, ESPN. Can you kind of sum up a little bit what this weekend was just kind of like for you? The highs of Friday, a rough one today, and a little bit of drama in between?
It's great. We got a chance to play on the last day of college women's basketball, a season of a lot of great basketball, great talent, great coaching, just great viewership, great.
Oh yeah. I definitely agree with that, Amber. I definitely agree with that, Amber. But I'm just saying that she know that they didn't bring her A game, and she trust me. If they would have brought their game, they would have won today. Yes, hey, like we all know, Dawn is. She's very classy. She's very professional. Yeah, she was giving their shots out, but if you see her body language, she knows that UCLA won only because the Gamecocks didn't show up. So yeah, still shout out now.
When you're in this position, you don't win all of them. There are too many great teams out here, too many great players and coaches that decrease your chances of winning national championships. The trick is to continue to get here. And the more you get here, the more you increase your chances of winning. So we got a lot of work cut out for us, but I really enjoyed the weekend. I enjoy, every challenge that basketball creates. I enjoy facing them. I enjoy playing the hand that I'm dealt. And this week it includes that.
I want to stay to our left with Howard.
Howard Magdal, the 9 Sports. Stone, congrats on the season that you had. Just a similar question to what I asked Tanaya and Raven. Just how do you see them as
two more questions,
players, and maybe make the case for them, ahead of next week?
Yeah, I think they are well-rounded individuals from a basketball standpoint. They are great humans. So you want somebody in your franchise that, that's going to come to work every day, on time, early, come in early, stay late, and then everything in between. They're great teammates. They're people that you want to play with. One, they're winners. Two, they just had basketball experience, and I just think that they're ready. They've created pro habits, so a lot of what someone that's unprepared for a WNBA training camp, they'll be prepared for. Maybe the terminology will be a little bit different, but when it gets down to basketball, they can be coached by anybody.
That's good, Don.
Cameron, next.
Last question, Vester.
Cameron T with the Athletic. Don, it's just Cameron T with the Athletic. Don, I'm curious, that first quarter, it seemed like there were good looks that you guys were taking that just weren't dropping. How hard is it? Like, it seemed like, obviously, the first semifinal, you guys were able to kind of get going in that second half, but it just seemed like you just couldn't get in a rhythm after that first quarter. How hard is it to kind of dig out of that when you got good looks, but they're just not dropping?
It's really hard. I mean,
so Vester, just to remind you, in the first quarter, they was only down 11 points. So let's see what she says. They were only down 11 points in the first quarter. Okay, what you said? What's up, Pickaboo? Well, they fought the good fight. Yeah, they did. But there was a giant that got slayed today. Miss Dunn is still. Oh yeah, of course she is. Oh, all salute and love to Coach Don Staley. Yes, no rush. This is good. Okay, I don't have. I had about to mock the kitchen. I needed that laugh. Amber, you know what? I needed that laugh. Let me go.
I thought that first quarter, first half, we had a lot of people taking shots that, aren't normal for us. So we didn't do a good job of getting the people that probably was supposed to get some better looks, the ball. But I think UCLA had a lot to do with it. Not going to say that they didn't. They really did.
Yeah, they was hitting everything. They was hitting everything in the first half. Man, people thought they had the magnetic gold turned on. They was hitting everything. Somebody put in what she said for. Yeah, they got the magnetic rims. I said, yes, they do. Everything they threw up there was dropping. And everything that South Carolina threw up there wouldn't drop. It wouldn't go. It would not go. I hope that somebody got on camera accident that them playing with them goals. I'm trying to tell you, let's keep going.
I didn't think we had to play perfect basketball, but we had to play better basketball. We had to, make shots. We had to create offense for our defense. We had to be better defensively and actually pushing them off their spots. I think they got to where they needed to go, and we just didn't apply enough pressure for us to make an impact.
No defense
on the offensive side of the ball, because you can have a good defensive possession, but give up an offensive rebound, that's just really deflating.
Take our next question from Jonathan.
Thanks, Jonathan Tannenwald, the Philadelphia Inquirer. Dawn, I know that the sting of a loss is still present in the short term, but Corey Close was speaking up here yesterday after you were here, and she spoke about how you had invested in her as a coach, and if not quite exactly the student teacher, but know that somebody who you invested in has now had that success, even though it came at your expense. What does that mean for you in the game?
Look, I'm always happy for people who worked hard, in this game, who are really quality people. I want good things to happen for them. And Corey is one of those people who really works at making our game better. Not just UCLA, but our entire game. She's always speaking out and uplifting our game in so many areas that it's hard to continue to do that while maintaining the job that you have to do every day, but she finds the time. So, although we didn't win, I could swallow it because we lost to a really good human being and a good team that represent women's basketball well.
Hey, what's up, Pickaboo? Hey, Pickaboo, I want to go ahead and put your comments up here. Yes, we agree. Yes, I gave those young women all the congratulations. I said, shout out to them that it was their first time getting to the Final Four ever, and they won in history. Okay, yeah, so I gave them their flowers. Those girls can hold their head up. Yes, they can. South Carolina, hold your head up. But listen, if you're reading their body language on that panel before they got excused, let me tell you some things. Some things have been discussed and had in that locker room. Okay. The body language was telling. And even them girls know Hey, yeah, they won, but because we didn't play. Try to take. Oh gosh, it was thick up on that stage. Hold on. Yes, congratulations to UCLA. Congratulations to UCLA. Yes. Yeah, just not their day today. No. Okay, you said something you didn't even catch the beginning of the live. We already said that.
Don, Annie Cosmo,
Bingo.
Front Office Sports. When you say the team didn't have it today, is that a mental aspect? And what challenge do you kind of face in the game in attempting to pull them out of that state?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
Good question.
How many points? 51 points, right? I think we could score about 70.
Amen.
On a given day.
Amen.
You could tell shorts were shot. I thought we didn't do a really good job at making extra passes. Like the things that we were doing probably worked for other teams, but other teams didn't have a 6-7. So you gotta navigate a little bit differently. Like you can't go in there thinking you're gonna score over her or through her. So sometimes you gotta go in there and draw and kick. And
basically, that's right.
Draw and kick another time. So
and also 6-7. Hey, if you don't know, like I said, I played basketball and I coach basketball. If you got that big center in that middle, right, and you got a dominant guard or even the forward, all you got to do is put a body on them. Or hey, come in real quick. They're gonna move their feet. Go ahead and get a charge. They easily could have knocked that big center out of the game. Not speaking in terms of, being derogatory against her. When I say big center, I'm talking about 6'7". 6'7". That player that UCLA had is taller than Cecile Brown on the Colorado. So when I'm talking about big, I'm talking about height, right? But listen, they got a weakness. And they slow because they're so long. They flexibility is a little slower than a guard's. All they had to do is come in and rush. Attack that paint. I know you heard attack that paint. Make a move. Whoop. Charge. Well, I'm sorry. Foul. Get him out. Make her move out that spot. Man, come on with it.
we actually wanted to do that, but we took the first shot available, and sometimes that shot didn't go. A lot of times that shot didn't go in, and we weren't creating extra possessions for offensive rebounding, something that we do a lot. So the things that we, build our
reputation
weren't happening for us tonight.
No, they wasn't.
And UCLA made us pay for it.
Take our next question from the back.
Hi, Coach Charlotte Moore.
Hey, let me tell you one thing. All they had to do to get that center out that middle. Let me tell you one thing. Listen. One thing that South Carolina is known for, rotating that ball, passing before you shoot that ball. It just wasn't there today. They didn't pass. Man, you weigh that center out by moving that ball around it. Man, God.
60 News. Again, congratulations on another.
And let me tell you what, and Joyce is a forward, y'all. Joyce is a forward. She's not a guard. All she had to do was play her position on that block and make that center move, make that center come towards her. And when that center is charging her, all she had to do was bounce pass to the other forward and then go up with a layup. Come on, that's easy. When you got the bigger the center, the better the strategies. What? You can work a big center to death. Come on, Joyce, that was you. You supposed to move that center. You supposed to control her. You supposed to head her like she was on one of them joysticks. Man, that's all you had to do. Man, they could have been flip-flopping that ball, bouncing past, moving that center left and right. She got long arms, long legs. Man, bounce that ball in between there. What? You had to center. All you had to do. You can't tell me Dawn Staley did not prepare this team for a 6-7. You know why? Because Dawn Staley, she's been there. She's a star. She's a leader. She's a coach. Man, let me tell you one thing. Even if I was Dawn Staley's assistant, right? And if Dawn Staley didn't know what to do, I'd be like, hey, come here, coach. Hey. You know they got a 6-7, right? We haven't faced that this year. Hey, can you go ahead and contact the male basketball team and tell them to send they tallest player over here, right? Even if they have to fly on to Saga over here, right? And we're gonna practice with that player, and we're gonna come up with new schemes and strategies to move with that center. That's all they had to do. And I'm pretty sure Dawn Staley had already practiced that with a tall male player. If they didn't, Dawn Staley need to hire me and my consultant fees, and I can send her an invoice. That's all they had to do to move that big center. That's all they had. Let me keep going, Vestas. I'm holding y'all too long. Let me go ahead, play this.
Want to see, how did you feel about what's the game difference in a team that has never won a championship versus your team that has multiple championships? Do you think that played a role? And the second question is, I know you said that everything else would be addressed, but was there any impact of that distraction coming into this day? Did you feel that with your team or with yourself?
One, I mean, UCLA is a quality team with very experienced players who got a taste of, being in the Final Four last year, and you make adjustments. You use that experience as a learning lesson, and you come back sharper, and you put yourself, you increase your chances of winning. And from last year to this year, they played determined last year, but they played more determined this year because they were so close and they've had the experience to do that, and they took advantage of it. As far as distractions, no, I don't. I mean, there weren't
no
any
distractions.
That
Yeah.
caused us to,
Ain't no distraction. That Geno mess, them players forgot about all that. They're professional. Dunn, just like Coach Prime has conditioned his players for disruption and type of things that could throw them off their attempts of their center. Dawn Staley had already prepped the girls for any type of distraction. We're talking about the Gamecocks, a team that has been disliked for years since they've been winning. So yeah, ain't no distractions through them off. They was just off themselves. Now, also Vestas, you remember how it's all about film, watching film. You can't tell me before they even got to the Final Four, Dawn Staley and her staff was already prepping them for potential opponents they would meet in the Final Four and even the championship. Dawn Staley had these girls prepped for 6-7 bets. You can't tell me she didn't. This is Dawn Staley we talking about. For some reason, the girls just didn't execute. All the prior planning, all of the strategies, all the schemes, all the plays that Dawn Staley probably did have ready to get that center off her post. Something happened, Vestas. Something happened. Let me keep playing this, Vestas. I'm gonna let y'all go.
lose this basketball game.
Our next two will go Bill and then Jeff.
Hey, Dawn, again, congratulations. I'm Bill Roden with ESPN's Landscape. Just curious, both you and Corey, no matter what the situation, you always talk about the game, growing the game, no matter what, it's always growing the game. So I'm wondering now, what's the next mountain to climb for the game as you look forward?
Now, mind you, Vestas and viewers, and thank you, Brandon. Yeah, Brandon Lowe. Hey, you may be a new Vestas. Welcome to the Vestas family. Okay, hey, remember, if you didn't make it in this, if you didn't come in the live early enough, I've already went over that starting this year here, after this game, Dawn Staley is definitely rebuilding. She's going to lose 3 seniors, may lose a sophomore in Edwards if she decided to jump into the transport portal for whatever reason, right? We just speculating. But yeah, she's definitely going to be rebuilding this year. She got 3 or 4 seniors that's leaving. She only got 1 junior, 3 or 4 sophomores, and 2 freshmen. She's definitely finna start rebuilding. So let's lock in on how she finna answer this question, Vestas.
I mean, obviously there are, talks of, transfer portal, just getting the hold of, the free agency part of our game. I'd like to see, we got units now. We'd like to just see us increase those, because that's where the value is. The value of our sport is going to be how much we can pour back into our budgets, how much we can actually be looked at as a sport that is revenue producing. So we're going to always be challenged with trying to make that better. I mean, it's a start, but it's not a start in which, ADs at the end of the day aren't going to look at, what we're spending and what we're doing, in a sport that isn't bringing in enough revenue.
Take our next question from Jeff. It's going to be center, coach.
Jeff Metcalf, Sports 360 AZ. For Hawkins to have 21-10-5, how impactful was that on what happened here?
Yeah, hard matchup. Hard matchup. You know, I mean, you come in the game, you know exactly what she's going to do, and she does it. And I mean, it's hard. She's relentless. She's a relentless rebounder. She's a relentless, just championship type behavior and intangibles that's needed in order for you to win. And if you don't prioritize her on the court, she's going to make you pay. And she did that for us, against us.
I'm going to hold my comments.
We'll go to our right.
Oh, my comments.
Hey, Dawn, Chapel Fowler at the State. No, it's early, but can you just look ahead to next year's roster and where you might look to add in the portal, if at all, to next year's team?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we got to add some guard play.
Oh, Vestas, listen. Yes, I'm getting happy and getting excited because just in case you think that Tony Talks Vested Up be talking out the side of my neck, go back and watch the replay. We went over the roster. I told you where the holes is. And thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Dawn, for going ahead and said, I know what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and finish here what Dawn had to say. Listen, Dawn, I almost had to dox myself, Dawn. Okay. Dawn, I'm close enough. If you ever see this video, hard time, I will be on your staff. Hard time. I'm close enough, okay, Dawn?
Play and just some more athleticism in the guard department. So I think our front line is pretty good, especially the ones that are coming back from injury and coming back into our team. So we got to add some guard play.
Go shift back to our left.
Okay, Lady E, that's right. Coach Staley always prepare her team for all sizes and heights. Hey, you just heard that. She was prepared. The players did not listen to her at all. I've never seen, come on with it. Well, they had last year in the Final Four, not the championship, for some reason against, I think it was Geno that beat them like that last year. But that's when they had an issue with Fuwali. Their dynamic. God, she was off just like Edwards was off this year. And we was like, well, what's going on with Fuwali? She was the starter. What's going on with Fuwali? What's going on with Fuwali? I don't think it was a month, maybe 2 months. It hit the news that Fuwali was going to LSU. Let me keep. Yep, something was off. Yep, peekaboo. The transfer portal killing the game. Listen, I don't want to say it. Maybe somebody done got in somebody's ear. We shall see. Like I said, the next month or two, if that name, that player that I've been highlighting, if they move, that's telltale sign. Amber the loves. Yep, exactly. Donna C. Not coming. Yes, I would definitely take that job. Yes. Oh yeah, part time. Oh yeah, even up in the box. Hey, no. Right there. No. Right there. No. Man, what? Man, yes, I would take that job. Part time.
To give to CBS Sports, 6 straight Final Four, 3rd straight national championship game. 1, 2 of those, 2, 3 in 5 years. You know, that's that level of success. Do you feel like you've reached the point where, you know, over at UConn, they always say, well,
investors, it's only 5 more minutes. So we're going to finish this off.
The pressure is if you don't win a national championship this season, people feel like this season is a failure. Do you feel like South Carolina has kind of reached that point? And what does that pressure feel like?
Well, we feel the pressure anytime we lose a basketball game. I mean, everyone goes crazy when we lose one basketball game. Like, it's hard out here. It really is hard in our sport. So, I mean, we do feel the pressure. You know, we're used to winning, and we're used to winning at a pretty high clip. How long you sustain that, you know, we don't know. We just try to wake up, you know, every day and just be better than we were the day before. You know, to get here is hard, and to win here is harder, right? So we just have to keep getting here and just, you know, make adjustments when we don't win. So obviously we got smacked today. We got to figure out how we smack back and put ourselves in a position where we're hoisting the trophy at the end of the day.
Let's shift to our right, Maddie.
Hi, Don. Maddie Kenny with the New York Post right here. In sports, we talk a lot about like instant or delayed gratification. And for Corey Close, it took her 15 years to finally have this opportunity.
Oh my gosh. All right, I had to cut it for a second. So, hey, these copyrights are going crazy today. Let's Madden also didn't play well. Yeah, a lot of the girls didn't play well. But it was so telling with Joyce Edwards because going into this game all season long, I think she was their leading scorer. So normally if you're leading scorer, I mean, 8 points throughout the whole game. So yeah, a lot of players didn't play right, but a lot of people was leaning on Edwards to beat Edwards. And when that star is not, I mean, come on, you under the basket and you pass out instead of going up, that's telling. You're right. A lot of players didn't play right, but Edwards, questionable.
And you know what that's like. I mean, to see the way that she has continued to invest specifically in her program and build it up and stay committed to the grind and stuff, just what can you say about her character?
I mean, that's what you want. Like, you don't want to be given anything. You want to work for it. I mean, 15 years is a long time that you've dedicated to young people and to our game. And the game finally paid her back. It's you know, when I think it took me 17 years to win a national championship. And the times that we got close in 15, you know, someone would send me a text message and it was, what's delayed is not denied.
Right.
And that's, you know, that's the case, you know, with Corey, but it's super gratifying. Like, I know the feeling in their locker room. I know, you know, you're just full because you've reached the mountaintop and you've done it the right way. And when it's like that, is incredibly gratifying.
Take our next question to the right as well.
Chantel Powell, No Cap Space. Coach, you said the goal is to keep getting back to this point to increase your odds of being able to win a championship. You brought a number of different teams with different makeups, from like the freshies to Don's Daycare. What do you feel like the makeup of this team is, and what can you build on as you try and fill those voids next year to get back to this point?
I mean, it's probably, you know, Raven was the last of the core group of players that had been together that actually had taken our program, you know, to the very top. I just think we just need players who are committed to team, committed to getting better as individuals, creating pro habits. So when they are challenged to perform at a high level, you know, it won't be something that, you know, they wrestle with. It is a norm. Like, I think we do a great job of just keeping things in perspective for our players, creating, you know, spaces in which you can handle the truth, right? And also creating spaces in which, you know, there's open communication. What's good, what's not good. Like, we have those type of conversations. We need players that are able to handle those situations, because that's what it takes to get to this point.
Communication.
Any additional questions in the room?
That's
for Coach?
telling.
Kareem?
Well, got to follow up on this. There are reports that Geno did reach out to you since we talked to you last. Can you share how, when, and anything of that nature that you can share about the conversation?
Yeah, that's a Geno question.
Thank you, Dawn.
Thank you, Dawn. From Geno, so I have not. That's not.
Oh,
haven't. I mean, I got 800 text messages, so I don't know if he texted or not. But that's not, like, I don't want to, like, it's UCLA's day, right?
Right.
And let's keep it UCLA.
Right.
Them winning the national championship. You know, again, I will address all of that at another time. It's just not this weekend. Like, we're not going to damper UCLA's day with it. We talk about South Carolina, us losing. We talk about, you know, UCLA winning the national championship. And what's great about our game today.
Right. There you go, Dawn.
That's how.
Final question,
Hey,
Vestas.
Coach, it's Aya Abdi for the 9450. So
as a South Carolina Gamecock also look to bring in Sanaya Hall for next year, how excited are you to have her into this program? Sanaya Hall. Actually, never mind. I apologize for a little bit, but as you look,
did something come over the trend? I mean, under the
Sanaya Hall.
I mean, like, I thought it was like University of South Carolina, but it was actually
USC.
Oh, I got a little mixed up. But actually, for clarification, as you now reflect on this type of season, what is it one word you would describe this year, especially with how you navigated through the absence of Chloe Kitts as well?
You want me to be honest?
So she didn't play. She was hurt.
I said this before, but don't take it like, literally. When we knew we weren't going to have Chloe Kitts, we really consider her dead, right? We don't bring it up. She can't help us, So she's not a part of our team in a way of preparation and being on the floor. And she was in other areas where, she would talk to the players and help them out. But when it comes to just game prep, we just didn't bring her name up once we knew she wasn't able to play.
Vestas, do you know why that is so important? That even supports my narrative when I say that Dawn Staley knows and knew how to prep these girls. If Chloe Kitt was not even prepared, a known factor, that player that wouldn't be in the game, she didn't even bring her up. This lets me know that Dawn Staley prepped those girls for 6-7 bets. They just didn't execute. And the main thing, let me tell you this. The ones that can get that that center first out of step is the forward. Joyce Edwards was the forward, the main forward that's supposed to have executed and wore out that center. And if she wasn't having, let's say, success getting her out of place, that's when them guards would have came in, especially that point guard would have came in and try to buckle her knees and get her out of space. Man, oh my God. Joyce Staley, based off that right there, this lets us know that Joyce Staley did everything right as a head coach. Salute to you, Dawn Staley. She did everything right. The girls just didn't execute. Now, you definitely can tell the girls that was trying to attempt to execute and get this championship, and you definitely can tell the ones that didn't want to be there. And that's all I'm gonna say. Let me go ahead. This is it. Let me see if she got anything else to say. But based off that, Vestas, Dawn Staley prepared them girls for that 6-7 center.
Take our last question from the back as well.
Oh, they have one more question.
Coach Staley, Christina Walker from Christina Girl Hoops TV. Despite the loss this afternoon, when you consider your journey throughout this season, what's one takeaway that you'll take from now going into next season?
Losing in the national championship game the way we lost, I guess that will be the thing that really drives us. You need something to drive you throughout the really hard times and the challenging times and also the good times, because although things can go, there's always things that you can work on. There's always, situation that's lurking. Like, it's always lurking. It's always in the back of my mind. Anytime we lose, when we have an opportunity to win a national championship, you just try to get better. Just try to, find the lessons within this game and try to get better.
Coach, as always, want to thank you for your time this evening, and congratulations again on a tremendous season. Thank you.
Is it Jerry Brewer in here?
Well, Vestas, guess what? And based off of who I am and what I know, I had to, while Dawn Staley was talking, I had to do a little digging. And I want to see what's Joyce Edwards points per game for the last 2 years. Because I'm like, hey, maybe Tony Talks Vested Up putting too much pressure on Joyce Edwards. But hey, we know that she got 8 points in this game, right? We know this. Well, according to this source right here, in 2026, before this game, Joyce Edwards was averaging 19.7 points per game. well, Tony Talks, maybe she can have a bad game. Yeah, she can have a bad game. But guess what? You always compensate as a player. If your shot is not dropping, and you know that the team is preparing, is depending on you to make those shots, hey, they know you ain't dropping. You know you ain't dropping. Your next thing is to get that center out of place so that the other forward can make shots and those guards can make shots and the center can make shots. I'm talking too much sis. All right. So let's go back to Joyce Edwards' freshman season. Let's see what her points per game was when she was a freshman, right? I hope I didn't misspeak. When she was a freshman, her points per game was 12.7. So you mean to tell me in a championship game, and anything can happen, just hypothetically, but you mean to tell me 2 years in, this is the final, and you score lower than your freshman points per game? Got it. And she had multiple layups. Okay, I'm gonna let it go. Vestas.